Have fun. Thank you. I will, actually. I'm going to very much enjoy it. Well, I'm pretty sure it's just meeting her. Oh, I'm going to call her my sober buddy. That's what I'm going to call her, my sober buddy. Oh my God, Gabrielle, what the heck? Hi, good morning. Do you have any good friends from high school? Yes. I had lots of friends growing up. I had a best coworker named Danielle. I worked with her in the veterinarian world. And we still talk here and there. We were we were more close. We would go to bars and we went to Aaron Carter's concert. She was just one of my go-to, and then they all just kind of, I don't know, just got their own life. But I went to bars, I went to concerts, I went to gay clubs, I did a lot. Really, I did. But, I was in theater. I had lots of friends in theater. There's a lot of good memories. Congrats on being sober, if that's what you meant by sober, buddy. Call it what you want. It's TikTok addiction, whatever, sober, whatever you want to call it. That's what they usually call it in recovery. And I don't think there's really a thing called social media addiction because we're all addicted to social media. So it's not really a thing, but we'll just call it is, okay? I think a lot of people need the therapy too because everyone's on their fucking phones, including myself. We're all not addicted. No, we all aren't. I don't know. Well, you're on here. You're on here. I mean, I see a lot of kids and adults on their iPads and their laptops and their phones on trains and in restaurants and, you tell me that no one's addicted to social media? Well, you gotta be out of your mind, mister. You got to be out of your mind. It's fucking true. We're all addicted to something. Oh, I know. You're all addicted to me. Where's the psychiatrist? We need a psychiatrist for the haters. They have an addiction of me. Yes. Yes. Can I get an amen? Where's the psychiatrist? I'll pay for it. Oh my God. Sometimes laughing and it just helps instead of lashing out. That's how I self-regulate. I just make jokes and I just kind of laugh. Instead of fighting and crying and laughing, not laughing, but crying or screaming. It's better than that. Oh, man. It's an addiction, yes, I agree. Mm-hmm. They are addicted to me. Listen, Linda. You want to know how the haters are so addicted to me? Let me tell you why. Okay, ready? Okay, here we go. I gotta make 50,000 videos a day about Miss Gabrielle. I wake up thinking about her. I post on Reddit, Discord. I sit with the live streamers for 8 hours, 12 hours, just listening about Gabi. I'm so obsessed with her, and I just can't stop making videos. I can't stop talking about her. I make videos about... I destroy her life. I go after her son. I go after her fiance. I'm so addicted to finding out every single fucking detail about her life. Can someone say that louder in the back for the people that are delusional, thinking that's not the addiction? Cheers. I don't think so. I know you do not like when I give it back to you. That's the problem. That's the problem here. You can't dish it. You can give it out, but you can't take it. Well, listen, if you dish it, but you can't take it, then you must just, I don't know. Obviously, you can't handle it. That's what it seems like. I mean, in my own eyes, at least. Preach, preach, preach. You know, they have excuses that make them right. No one else can have their opinions. It's so true. You know, especially when they look into my medical history. Let me examine the discharge. Who's a laboratory? We need a PMD or a PD, whatever you want to call it. We need an OBGYN nurse. We need a lawyer. We need a judge. We need all of these things in my boxes to talk about Miss Gabrielle. Oh, I'm an OBGYN nurse, and that's not that there's no way that would happen. No doctor would ever do that. I feel like we're in school, back in like kindergarten, maybe like 5th grade or whatever, and we're on this is a play, right? And all the haters are like, you know, and all the people that think that they are something that they don't really know what the fuck they're talking about, and they think they do. I have a degree in this, but you make yourself look a fucking idiot because that's not what is going on here. But obviously, go back to school because you're definitely not a good nurse if you're stating the things that you're stating online. So it's like, you know, a pageant. Like, I'm gonna dress up as a judge, and I'm gonna dress up as a CPS worker, and we're all gonna like go into like each other's boxes, and we're gonna play the game. Well, I know about this law, and I know about this, and I know about the medical field. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Ignorant bitches. I said what I said. No take backs. Gabi is the best. Everyone loves Gabi. Go Gabi. Go Team Gabi. We fucking kill it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I like cereal. My Gabi was born on 12/2. Oh, awesome. Okay, that's a few days after Cameron. That changed quickly. Anyway, back to being positive. Where do you buy your diamond art? Where do I buy my diamond art? You can buy it at Hobby Lobby, Temu, Walmart. They have it at the dollar store. They have some at, is it Five and Below or is it the dollar store? Thanks, Amy. You too, honey. Just watched a very infuriating video and I'm highly enraged over it. What do you mean? Good morning. Five and Below and Dollar Tree? Wait, Dollar Tree actually has, both of them have it? Are they good quantity? Because I actually maybe would like to go to a dollar store and find one and see if they're actually like quality. What did I say? Quantity? Quality. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. Yep, thank you. Thank you, teachers. Thank you. Did I pass? Oh man. Where's a speech therapist? And where is he? Oh my God. Shut the fuck up. Do I have to shut the fuck up? No, I don't. And I'm not going to. Oh, I passed the parenting class, okay? I know I did. And I'm gonna be proud because those questions do trick you. If you don't really know, they will trick you. And let me just tell you something. It is not, you guys are missing the whole thing about well, I don't have to take a parenting class because I'm not a bad mom. That is not what is going on here. Those questions are basically your moral values of how you were taught as children by your own parents, and it's going to reflect on you as your, like when you have children. So like I said, if I would have told all of you or most of you that spanking on a parenting test would be an absolutely strong disagree. You know in your own eyes and your brain that you, with your personal experience, I was spanked, I was fine, that's how I was raised, that's how I'm going to spank my children, you would put strongly agreed. You would. You would. So don't sit there and say that. Why are you screaming? I don't know. I yell. So don't sit there and say, well, you know, it's kind of embarrassing that you're taking a parenting class and whatever. Let's see if you take one. Take one. The reasons why, and I got my pre-test. I put spanking on that pre-test. So they want to see from the pre-test to the post-test in those 13 weeks of classes, what did you learn? So for me, it would be spanking because I grew up biblically, okay? Spare the rod, spare the child. My parents beat me, not beat me, but spanked me. And so in my head, when I was taking that pre-test, I was like, the spanking questions, I was agreeing on that. So that is why, and that's why now this time I was like, yeah, no, because the 13 weeks told us all about spanking. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Thank you. So, and with this parenting test, okay, this is what my teacher told me. You can still fail. It's echoing. My house echoes. Sorry. You can still fail if you just put agree or disagree. It has to be strongly disagree or strongly disagree. Because if you put just agreed, that's not really, it's like, well, some, and it has to be. And so if you put disagree and you didn't put strongly disagree, you will fail. So, yeah. So don't sit there and say, well, Lisa, I didn't take a parenting class because it's not about being a good mom. It's not about being a bad mom. Nothing has to do with that. You shut up. Don't tell me to shut up. Pink says you were forced to take the class. No hate, but not true, right? Voluntarily. It was all voluntarily. It was never, and it was, I should have never signed anything because I was never found guilty. I don't really want to talk about it. It is what it is. I did what I had to do. If you know, you know, in that kind of world, whatever. But if I had to do it all over again, I would never have done it. I would have had to go to the court and make a judge do it. So next time I have learned, but I did it. I completed. And yeah. If you fail the class, you gotta take it 4 more times. And so next time, what do you mean next time? Wait, we know all right. Huh? Okay, anyway, so like if you fail it, like it doesn't mean like something's gonna happen. It's just you gotta take 4 more classes and just, you know, like it's just one-on-one, and you work with the questions that you didn't do well on the test. So they give you another opportunity. So I mean that part sucks, but I mean everyone usually passes. Most people pass. So, but there are people that fail. There are some people that do fail. But it depends on the teacher. It depends on if you have a good teacher that actually goes through all the questions with you and it will explain it in great details. So, I mean, that you know, that sounds mandatory if you have pass or fail. So the thing with parenting classes is that you have to complete it. So, for example, on a safety plan, there is voluntarily and there is the court system, okay? 2 things. So you can either do it voluntarily or you can go in front of a judge. Oh. And so, I mean, yeah. So like, no matter what it is, you're still on a safety plan, so you still have to complete all of those on the safety plan. And it can range from, I don't really know, 6 months to a year. It sounds like you needed the classes if you were spanking him, thought. Well, I wasn't spanking him, but I wanted to like pass. And so my mind thought to me, I didn't really know that it was considered abuse. You guys, when I was taking the test, in my brain, I was like, well, maybe this is the right answer because like that's how I was taught. And so even though, cause like, I was told that you can spank because it's really confusing. And so there's a fine line of, there's things that don't make sense to me because I'm like, well, how can Florida DCFS and the Florida state say that you can spank your child's butt, you can slap the child's thigh, but when you go into parenting class, it's considered abuse. And so it's confusing because it's like, well, that was really the case in a parenting class. Why should it not be like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. And then like I told you a few days ago, if you let your child sleep train, so you put the baby in the crib and it and you don't go and comfort that child, that is considered in the parenting class that we have learned, it is considered abuse. Because what happens is the way that you are going about it is leaving the child with trust issues. So, again, that's what I'm saying, you guys. There's things in parenting classes that you as a mother or a father would be like, whoa, really? I did not know that. Interesting. And it goes into why it hurts the child how it hurts the development, how it, like the things that are going to happen when you do these things. And there is no handbook. There is no class. I mean, there is, but a lot of people don't take it. So, you know, you just go with your gut and you learn from your parents. That is how the tradition goes. You learn from you when you were a child in your own house, good or bad. But that's what you were taught. So you bring it to your other children. Does it make it right or wrong? No, it's not your fault. But we should all really know, you know, the fine line of abuse and all that stuff. So, and some parents had a horrible childhood that they're like, I'm not going to do anything like my parents, and I'm going to do things differently. I'm not going to spank. I'm not going to yell, and that's great. Break the cycle. Fantastic. But, you know, again, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. And then the same thing like this. So for example, when you say stuff like to your children, okay, for example, let's just say I was a dirty person, okay? Like my house was dirty, okay? And my son's room is a mess too, but my house is a mess too, okay? And you tell your child, go clean up your room. It's disgusting. You live like a pig. Hold on. Stop for a second. How can a child learn how to clean up his room when you, as a parent, live the way you live? He or she watches you. So if your house is dirty and you don't clean, then don't yell at your kid. Don't. I'm telling you guys, I have learned a lot of this stuff in parenting classes. It's not all common sense though, but it's not all common sense because you think about it. You think about these kind of stuff. It's like, for example, what's it called? You lead by example. You are the role model. It's not your teacher. It's not your grandparents. It is not the siblings. It is the mom and the dad who needs to set the example of what the child is going to grow up to be like. So for fighting or arguing, you're going to teach your son that fighting and arguing is going to be fine, and they're going to grow up and marry somebody else that's going to beat up on their wives. It starts in the home, and I've learned all of this from parenting class. I am not a professional. I am just giving my opinions to you, what I've really have taken out of this parenting class, and that I have learned a lot about child development and what it can do. And to me, I am very proud of myself. I am doing way better. I told everyone, I'm so glad that I took parenting class. It's the one thing that really opened up my eyes in child development. And call me embarrassing that I had to do it. I don't give a shit, because I learned from something and now I'm going to apply it in my life. And that's all that matters. All that matters. So I really do think a lot of parents should take parenting class. You get to hear about a psychiatrist talking about it too, and a doctor talking about it and getting their perspective from it. I mean, it's not just, it's psychiatrists, it's pediatricians, it's doctors who are also explaining things in great detail about when you raise a child and all of the things, it's crazy, you guys. It's crazy. Did you have to do it? No. You only have to do certain things if it's done by a judge. Now, when Cameron came back to me when he was in foster care for 24 hours, from that point, because there was no justification that was stating that I was doing any of these things. So the safety plan, which was voluntarily, should have been dropped. But I just said, you know what, let's just complete it. Let's just do what we need to do and be done with it. And that's what we're doing. You learn from your mistakes. That's what you do. I will never do this again unless it's in front of a judge. Plain and simple. And I recommend you taking my advice on that one too. But, you know, as a mother and a father, you just do what you want to do. And the reason why is I did it, you guys, because I'm like, I just knew I wasn't guilty. And they made it seem, and there's just other stuff that's involved with TikTok. And there's somebody that actually, somebody told me something. Now, I don't know her name. I don't know who it is. But someone said to me that they know, she said, they know somebody who is a social worker for all Lee County, and she knows somebody that works in the children's family department. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the person that told me, and it's someone that I could trust, we're not friends, well, we're friends, but we kind of backed off for a little bit. I barely talked to her. But she said that when it was the friend of a friend who was a social worker for all Lee County, and then that friend had a friend in the department, and so they were passing information about me to them, and then that person would be like, let me go into like Lee County and let me talk to my friend. And if that is true, God, I wish I could find out her name. I tried looking in her Facebook to try and see if I can find her friends, but it matches up because it's connected to somebody that we all have been. I can't do that. I turned it in. That's all I can do. I turned it in. But it would be helpful if I could know a name. But all I can say is it's connected to Meg. And that is all that I'm going to say. It is connected to Meg. Nothing else. And I don't know what her name is. I don't know any of that. It might be, it is very much illegal and confidential. You're damn right. You're damn right. You are damn right. Then how did they find out? And how did they know that Cameron was taken before I even did? How would they know that he was at urgent care way before I even did? How do you explain that they knew great fucking detail on who picked him up at school? My mom didn't tell anybody because I had no idea what was happening. How could I tell anybody? Make it make sense. Stop for a second. Stop. Sit back and use your brain for a second. How would I know any of this to even tell a moderator when I had no idea? Think about it for a second, will you? There is so much that goes into great detail, and it's very hard to explain. There is so much going on here, and it's something is going on, but I have to leave it up to a person, and I just have to let them take it, because I can't do nothing unless, like, I don't have that authority. I could send it in and let them take care of it, but again, this was all broadcasted. Everybody on the TikTok streets knew before I did. I knew at 5 o'clock. My sister knew. I don't know why she didn't tell me. She told my mom. And my mom didn't tell me. Maybe because she didn't believe Danny. I don't really know. But there is somebody who's leaking stuff. And if it is connected to Meg, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy. But I can't sit here and say, oh, it's her for sure, because I don't have actual evidence and I don't have actual proof of it. So I can't sit there and say that. So I can assume and it can be investigated, but you know, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I did not know. I knew that they were going to take him to a doctor because of his tiny little bruise that he fell at the park, and that was all that I knew. But before then, I had no clue until I got the call. But y'all of you, before 5 o'clock, was at 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock in the morning, I was on live. I was dancing and singing because I just knew that I didn't know anything was happening. And then everybody was like, Gabi, get off. Something's going on. Is Cameron with you? It was, my phone was blowing up. Like, I'm just like, everybody fucking calm down, because I was like, hold up. And everybody was freaking the fuck out. They were holding lives. They were saying, and I'm just here thinking, oh, he's just going to a doctor's appointment just to look at the bruise. By 11 o'clock, all of you said that he was being taken. How? None of this makes sense. None of it. None of it at all. Somebody is leaking information. Yes. They even knew the person that was picking up Cam. They knew which supervisors was there. They knew so much. They knew, and yes, it's confidential, but that doesn't mean that somebody's out there leaking information. If you have a friend that works in the department, I mean, listen to me. Yes, it's the government, and we all know about the government. So let's just not go into that subject. We all know about the government and we all know. It is a very, very I could say so much. I really could throw my opinions out there. God, I would love to say some stuff. I would love to. It doesn't take a rocket science. I don't know. I don't know. And I know, like, you know, it's already been out there and everyone's talks about it, and I just wish that it would have been confidential for Cam. I'm kind of pissed because I would have never told anybody if he was actually taken or not, because that would be very traumatizing to see on social media. And so when I heard everybody doing what they did on social media way before I even told anybody or even said anything, I wouldn't do that. For the love of God, I would not do that. Not for this. Not for that. No way. I would not tell a soul. And I never did. You're the one, the social media is the one that told me what was going on. I have a bunch of videos of them talking about it. I have a whole timeline. Of where I was. What time was this? Feisty was on live at 11 o'clock telling her live, tell Gabi to get off. Tell Gabi to get off. Some villain, Tiffany, Darlene, they were all... Well, I can't talk about it. I can't say this. I'm not sure. I can't say... I'm going to watch what I say. I'm going to watch what I say. I gotta leave here soon anyway. Okay. Whew. What time is it? I gotta leave in 30 minutes. I think we need a self-care day. I'm fine. I just know that a lot of people have questions because it's broadcasted. And it's already out there, so. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think people need to stop putting their personal information. Well, that's up to you. Okay. Is this all over now? Sorry, you're going. It is all over, you got. Yes. Because somebody is abusing their badge, and somebody is, either it's a coworker or somebody that is leaking information to these people. And it is very, very obvious. And so I'm not going to stop. Because I feel like this is just not okay. How would you feel as a mother if somebody was doing this with you, with a group that gang stalks you and bullies you and does it for the wrong reasons? You wouldn't be pissed? I'm not the one that put it out first. Whatever. It's none of anyone's business where Cameron is. It's none of anyone's fucking business. You're not his mother. You're not his father. I am. And you're not getting any access to my son. Gabi, what is your snap? I have information for you that you're going to want to see. What is it? I wasn't asking about C. I was asking if the case was closed. Unfortunately, I cannot release that information. I will not talk about if the case was closed or open. I will not talk about if there's a CPS case or closed or open. That is for me to know and you to never find out. Respectfully. Respectfully. I will not be discussing that. I will only talk and answer questions of what has already been put out there. Other than that, no. I'm going to message you on this page, Gabi. I'm not telling anybody. I haven't. The only reason why I talk about some of the things that are being talked about is because it's already been talked about. There are new people that are involved. And I do not want the new people to get misinformed, because this is what happens. If you paid attention, these people will bring up the same bullshit over and over and over and over again. It is the same repeated behavior. And so when new people come in, they're like, oh, what? No way. Tell me more. These people have no fucking clue what's going on. And that's why it's dangerous, because they're the ones that they're not stopping. And so that's why there's videos that are continuing, because Pink's holding on lives, these people. And so it's a repeated cycle, you guys. If they would have stopped talking about it, I wouldn't have to defend myself 10 million times. And I should stand up for me and my son. I'm his mother. And when you're putting stuff out there that you're twisting the narrative to other new people, you're just making it worse. You're not helping. And you clearly don't get it. Because if you got it, you wouldn't do it. Plain and simple. I did take a break from social media. I did, for a month. Should we talk about that? Let's see, I took a break for a month and a half. Who went real life during that time? Who followed me around? Who wanted to know where Cameron was? Who was trying to stalk a 4-year-old child when I was off of social media? Anybody? So really? They don't stop. They do not. Good morning. They do not stop. You guys, they will never stop until somebody steps in. I don't know how many times I can fucking tell you this. They're not going to stop unless something happens. And it's worse when I'm off the app, because then they go harder to try and find out where I am. it is a win it's a loss for a loss. There's no winning until somebody steps in. And that's really all I have to say. Yes, let them wonder. Yes, let them wonder, absolutely. But it's I'm not saying it's all of the groups. There's different types of groups that are associated with me, and I'm their target. And when they say accountability, you guys, mind you, I have taken accountability more than I have ever had to on social media. For all of you, knowing where I was from, where I was to where I am now, there's a huge difference. There is a huge difference, okay? I've gotten better. I have kept Cameron off social media for about really 4 months now. Which I'm doing fantastic, because that was, and a lot of moms do that, which, you know, that was what I've been doing. That's my whole thing, being a mom. But however, I made mistakes. I know that. I made mom mistakes. Sure did. I've said things that probably people have taken differently, and I've apologized about that. I'm not good with my words, I'm gonna be honest, but I've apologized like that. And I don't mean to hurt anybody. It's not it's just my words just get the best and they take it the wrong way, and I'm sorry. And I've apologized, and I've gotten better. And I'm doing what I need to do, and I'm doing it. And that's really all that matters. It is sad. It's messed up. It's not fair. It's not. It's just not. And so, you know, I don't know. Someone said that they paid your rent this month. Listen, how about this, you guys? How about this? Do me a favor. When they say things like that, I want you to ask them this question. Show me a video and show me receipts. Because, and make sure, like, they don't, like, fucking, like, you know, yeah. Make sure it's fucking legit. And ask them. Ask them. Florida girl said that? Florida girl. Florida girl? That's okay. 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 I'm getting pants on. Oh, I gotta get ready for my OBGYN. OBGYN, here I come, here I come, here I come. All right. I have got to do some research. So I probably won't be on until tonight, maybe, because I have things to do. And I gotta leave here in like a little bit. So, where are my pants? It's cold in here. Yeah, I'm always so cold. I'll tell you that. I'm always so cold. Maybe I'll steal Aaron's pants too. Just kidding. No, because, you know, that's not good either. Where did all my pants go? I'll just wear these. These work. Those jokes people run with. Yeah, like they even said that, like, we're getting evicted. Okay. Sure. Please ask your doc. Okay, so please ask your doctor about PCOS, cause cyst, infertility, mood swings. Mood swings? Okay, PCOS. Okay, ask about PCOS. Okay, what else? If you have screenshots, send them to Gabi, please. I will post. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Guys, when I get off TikTok, listen, when I get off TikTok, I don't really go on TikTok unless I have time. I get off here, I have things that I need to do. Therapies, appointments, so many different things. So I keep forgetting to put my book on there, to put Snapchat on there. Can a moderator remind me consistently just to tell me to freaking do it, because I keep forgetting. I will try my best to get that done so you guys can Snapchat me. But it's just, life gets the best of us. I'm coming. But Florida girl, listen, I'm not going to do this because I know they come after you. And I'm not the type of person that's going to do this on social media. I will talk to you. I'm going to message you. Okay? And we'll take care of this off the app like grown adults. Okay? Instead of going on the internet and being all drama and fighting and this. No, I'm going to do it the right way. Coco. Wish I could meet you, Gabi. I think a lot of people wish they could meet me. Oh, my word. Okay. Okay, PCOS. PCOS. Okay, I gotta write this down. Let's write down some notes for my OBGYN office so I don't forget. Don't forget, Gabi. Okay, I need a marker because that's all I have. I sent it to ya. You did? I love you. Thank you. Okay. Who has extra money to pay someone's rent anyway? I don't fucking know. Woo! Nailed it. Look how cute this is. Look it. Don't you love this? It's so cute. It's a little dirty. Look. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. I'm like obsessed with it. Hi. Oh, okay. Very cute. Thank you. Hi. You want to say hi? Say hello. Say hello. Oh. I love you. Oh my goodness. I love you. You're a good baby. I know, isn't she good? She gives the best hugs. Okay, down. Anyway, all right. I can talk for a few minutes. That hug is cute. I know. She always hugs me. Emotional support. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Yeah. Emotional support. You should have seen her with Danny yesterday. It was like incredible. Like, she would not leave her side. What are you going to talk to your OBGYN about? Well, after the miscarriage, I saw another OBGYN because my doctor was not available. So she just kind of had me follow up with my OBGYN to discuss like a refill of Clomid and the progesterone. I'm also going to talk to her about PCOS. Yes, I'm also going to discuss about, because I was on Clomid for 3 months and it didn't really do anything, but it's weird but then I got pregnant when I was off that break of social media. I really probably should do it again because I got pregnant, and it's probably the stress. I mean, I think it probably that could be the reason why. But I've been doing pretty good with the stress though, actually. I really have. I really haven't been too stressed, which is nice. And so I'm going to talk to her about maybe getting a DNC done and seeing if we can clean myself out. Now, I'm going to ask some questions because I've heard that when you do have a miscarriage, it's not like a DNC, but it kind of cleans you out, especially with those pills that I took vaginally. I don't know if that was, dusting and cleaning. I don't know if I would need a DNC because I did have those pills to clean me out, so it kind of resets my uterus. But I mean, those are all the questions that I'm going to be asking. Like, can we test for this? Can we, PCOS puts you at a higher risk for ovarian cancer, so it's important to know if you have it. Okay, PCOS. How does the doctor test you for that? I wonder. Is it like a blood test? A blood test. A pap smear. So, I mean, thank God I shaved down there, and I took a shower yesterday, so that's good. TMI. So I could ask her for a pap smear again. Yeah, I'm prepared. No, I don't think they really give a shit. They see everything. I took a shower last night. I have followed you for a while. You have a lot of symptoms of PCOS. You think so? Wait, you think so? Aww. Don't say that. Well, I guess we'll have to find out. I'll ask the doctor. I don't know if PCOS. I have pelvic congestive syndrome. I have that. PCS, whatever it's called. Or is that, well, I have endometriosis and I have adenomyosis. That is what I have. And I have the coil placed or whatever. But I think they would have I don't know. I mean, I get cyst. I had a big one that ruptured, but yeah, I don't think I have PCOS. I really don't. But I can still ask. It never hurts. You wouldn't have periods if you eat sugar with PCOS. Yeah, I don't think I do. I think what I'm gonna ask her to do is see if instead of Clomid, do a different fertility medication, like the one with an L, Firma, because I feel like with that other one with an L, there's a difference between Clomid and that one, and it was something that it does help with women who have PCOS. I do know that for a fact, but that's not my case. I can't remember, but I'm gonna ask the doctor which one that she recommends, because I don't know if Clomid's the right one for me. Leserol. Yeah, that one. That one. Yeah, thank you. That one, yes. Why won't they refer you to a specialist? They supposed to after multiple losses. So I only had 2 since Florida. So I had 3 total. I never had 6 miscarriages. So stop spreading that information. I had 3. 1 before Cam and 2 since I've been here to Florida. 1 was chemical. 1 was when I was 5 weeks old. Or 5 weeks and 6 days. The doctor said that if there is another one, then we have to look into it. I had 3 miscarriages, but that one was before Cam. And because I conceived with Cam and I had him like full term, so she just, would you do IVF? I can't afford that shit unless I work at Starbucks where they cover it. No, I mean, the doctor did say that she would refer me to a specialist. I don't know if we're going to talk about that because we were going to talk so like when I was pregnant in November, that appointment, when I was talking about like when she said you're roughly around 4 weeks pregnant, that appointment was, we didn't know I was pregnant. That appointment was like, let's talk about infertility medication. So when that appointment came, was like, congratulations, Gabi. And I'm like, I guess we don't need this appointment for infertility because I'm pregnant. But that appointment was going to talk about referring to a specialist or get more medications because that month I wasn't taking any of that Clomid. And I should have been on progesterone because I'm pretty sure that the progesterone should have helped me keep that baby inside me. I should have been on it consistently. And I'm so pissed off because that could have really saved it. It could have. I don't know if it would, but and it's too late. I can't go back. But I'm going to tell my OBGYN, I said, I need to stay on progesterone. Keep refilling that. I do not want to be, consistently. Didn't you find out you were pregnant on live? I did. Okay, so when we were talking about my weight gain, right? Everyone was concerned about my weight. So they said, okay, Gabi, go see your doctor and have them run so many different tests. So I did. I went to Walgreens. I was on live with you guys at Walgreens, waiting in my car. I went into Walgreens. I got blood work done. And so they're like, did you get your test back? They want to see if it was, stress related, if that's why I was gaining so much weight, whatever. I did not know I was pregnant. Okay? And so someone said, hey, look at your My Chart and see if your test results are back. Okay, sounds good. Not knowing I was pregnant. Surprise! So I'm just, scrolling. I'm just like, and everything's normal. And then I look at my HDC and it says positive abnormal. And I just sat there for a sec and I was just looking at my phone and looking at that test result. And I was like, thinking to myself, okay, Gabi, before you even say anything, fucking make sure that this is fucking correct. Because I was like, I knew what the haters would do. I was thinking so carefully. I was like, think before you speak. And so I said to everybody, before I even said I was pregnant, I said these words. I said, what does it mean when it says HGC positive and it says abnormal? And I showed somebody my medical chart of my HGC. And that is when they said, Gabi, you're pregnant. I just confirmed that with a friend who's a nurse. And somebody came into my box and yes, HCG, sorry. Yes, ACG, sorry. And then, yeah. And then we took it from there, and unfortunately, I miscarried. And I don't know the reason why. It was 5 weeks and 6 days. But, I mean, yeah, it was horrible. It was the pain when that was going through. Oh my God. Oh my word. It was so uncomfortable. Oh, the cramps. It was like, oh my word. Never again. It was horrible. Once, and I remember I was on live with you guys, and when, before I even found out I was pregnant, I woke up one day and it was my blood. It was just little like blood, and I was like, no, Gabi, no. And I just said no, that maybe this is just normal, maybe, and I was thinking the worst, and I was like, I'm going to the hospital. And nobody knew on TikTok. I told my sister, and my sister said, Gabi's at the hospital. And everyone's like, Gabi, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Just trying to figure this out. So anyway, I was at the hospital, and I had a few moms that were texting me and just kind of keeping me, just helping me go through this. And they ran all these tests. The first one was an ultrasound. It was like an urgent care 24-hour ER or whatever. She obviously had no fucking clue what she was fucking looking for. When the doctor, when the OBGYN found out that I was pregnant, she said approximately you're 4 weeks. Now, you can't really tell until you have an ultrasound to measure it, right? So in reality, doctors will just go based off the last menstrual period. That's how they usually go until they get an ultrasound. So this one, they did an ultrasound, but they couldn't find a sac. They couldn't find anything. And they said, because I told them, I'm like, the doctor said I was 4 weeks. And so I'm thinking, and then she was like, don't worry. Like, like you can't probably see anything, so don't worry about it. It's probably too early. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, okay. They did a urine test. It was negative. And I'm like, and I showed this doctor my medical chart from whatever that shows from my primary doctor. And I said, here, doctor, here's what this said. So then nothing made sense to me. And somebody said, I wonder if your HCG level is dropping. And so I called my OBGYN's office, and I said, and I explained everything that was happening. And I said, what do you want me to do? She was like, you need to go to Lee County Hospital. And I said, she goes, you not go to that hospital. You need to go, because I need to see what's in the chart. Because I don't have records to that other hospital. So I'm like, you want me to go to the hospital again? Because, that office that my OBGYN is connected with the hospital. So I said, fine. So I went that night, because that urgent care, whatever, did a threatened miscarriage. They did levels, and it was sent out. So I only got that urine. So when I went to the hospital, they did another ultrasound. And this time around, it was like a 30-minute ultrasound. I was like, it was really awkward because a guy was doing it. And it was a long time. There was another nurse in there to supervise, but it was very awkward because it wasn't really fast. It was like he was looking, and it was very awkward, not gonna lie. And I'm just here thinking, please find the baby, please find the sac. I kept thinking to myself, talking to him about this. I'm like, yeah, we're pregnant, and I'm just, hoping that everything's fine. I'm thinking to myself, Gabi, everything's fine. And then, he can't tell me. So they did blood work. And so the blood work showed my levels were, so when I got the levels from the urgent care, it was 15,000, 1,500 something. And then it was going down like to 10 and then 7 and then whatever. So it was dropping significantly. And so, or not 15,000, 15, 15, 15, 10, and 7. And so then what happened was the doctor came in and said, and you can look at this. I posted my medical records on Bad to the Bone 92. Go look at it. And so there you go. There's your answer if you really want to know. So then, so my cervix was, you're welcome. I'm so confused. Are they legit? You told us to make sure everything is lit. It is. In fact, Villain is the one that sent it over to the police department. So do me a favor. Ask Villain if she got the results back from the police department about my false records. I'm waiting for that. Can you hurry up? Anyway, continuing. So, I was at the hospital. The doctor comes in and was like, we found the sac. You are 5 weeks and 6 days. Your levels are dropping. Your cervix is open. And I said, please do not tell me I'm losing this baby. And he said, I'm just going to be very honest with you. It doesn't look good. And he said that, I'm like, can I do anything to save this baby? I was asking him so many questions. I was crying. I was hugging the nurse. I said, please, please help me save this baby. And I just said, and there's probably videos out there, but whatever. And then the next day I went to the bathroom and I lost the baby in the toilet. And so I had to go back to the hospital, make sure that everything was out. Everything was clear. And they gave me some, all that stuff. So they gave me the Mirstapol, whatever it's called, the vaginal stuff. And so, it was hard for a few days. It's still hard for me now. And yeah. When was this? November 4th. November 7th, in the first week of November. You saw a fetus / baby. No, if you look at my bad to the bone 92, there's my records, but you don't have to believe it or not, but I was 6 days, 5 weeks and 6 days. There was no yolk. It was a sac, but there was no, it was, it was very early in the pregnancy. It was like a month and a week. Like, it wasn't, And you know what the worst thing? Because I gotta leave soon. You wanna know what somebody said? I'm gonna call you out, Pink. Listen to this, mamas. In the toilet, you know what she called that sack baby? Blueberries. That I crushed up blueberries and put it in a fucking toilet. You want to talk about disrespect for that community? Go to hell. Go to hell. Anyway, it is what it is. And so I need to go. But you wouldn't see the sack. It might make you feel better if you knew that. I don't know. I see Was your first carriage No, it wasn't. It was a chemical pregnancy, and there was barely anything there. I mean, it was still hard because a chemical pregnancy is still a miscarriage. It's just there was just nothing. It was hormones. That's what it was. It was just hormones, but that doesn't make it anything less. It doesn't make it like you still lost it. It's still considered a miscarriage. So we're going to go to my OBGYN office, and we're going to try to get my rainbow baby. I'm on Clomid. I just completed my Clomid. I'm on progesterone. I've been doing prenatals. I've been doing folic acid. And so I'm going to get this baby. Aaron's been doing fertility medications to make his sperm really good. It's going to happen when God says, Gabby, I'm going to open up your womb. Amen. Come on, go outside really fast. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go outside. Where go? Come on. Go outside. Go outside. How come your mods are blocking people? Huh? Listen. You do not have to believe me. Somebody already put my medical records and put it to the police department, which I hope they did. So, you don't have to believe me. But to ask Villain if she got the records back. Because I've been waiting for that. Because she sent that to somebody, and we're waiting to see if I falsified the records. So, until that comes back, we'll wait. I'm not changing this shirt. I like it. Go potty. Come on. I understand when. It's so cute, your shirt. Thank you. I know, right? I love it. Thank you. Come on. Come on. You have to go outside? All right. Come on. Come on. Okay. Congrats. Congrats on what? Sorry. Guys, to be honest, our chance. There was a sack. Wait, why did you... What? Hold on, I saw that. Hold on. Go unblock that person. I don't think Amy was rude, Samantha. I got you, Amy. Thank you. I got you, girl. I see that. I see that. I caught that. Hey, hey, hey. Love you. Okay. Sorry, there's so many. That's okay. Listen, I can handle... listen, moderators, I want you to listen to me. Do not block like a freaking racehorse. I don't know. I can handle it. I'm a lot better at reacting to the comments. I can self-regulate. So just take your time. Don't just let it go, okay? Because just let them talk and just get them out when you can, okay? Because that's how we make mistakes. Don't want to rush. Gabby, the sticker's on your sunglasses. It is? Oh, it is. Oh, there. That's better. All right. You guys all behave yourselves. You love, you be kind, you be nice. And don't do anything crazy, okay? Okay. I'll fix the sticker later. I love you. I love all my mamas. Love all my supporters. We fucking rock. You all have a good